Why chickens today appears to be supersized compared to previous years? Chickens today are bigger and grow faster. Protein demand has increased, especially chickens parts like the breast versus the whole birds. USA farmers have worked to create large and healthier chickens to meet that demand. Welcome to Cook Revolution. I am Douglas Guerra and I'm really excited to show you how to saute chicken breast with vegetables to impress your family and friends. So now, let's saute chicken then. Chickens are like potatoes. You never have just one way to cook. And for this show we are going to use, that's right, chicken breast. First of it all, take it out of the fridge and let it relax for 5 minutes before you start cooking it. The goal here is to let it get up to room temperature. Root vegetables. It just so happened that I found on the grocery store fingerling potatoes pink, yellow, and purple, baby beets, baby golden beets, and carrots. I recommend you get baby vegetables in season on your local grocery store. Feel free to use any kind of root vegetable that your palate prefers. Isn't this baby beet so cute? I'm using fresh rosemary, fresh Italian parsley, and fresh thyme. The combination of these 3 herbs will elevate the flavor of these baby root vegetables. The fusion of them is incredible in taste. Beautiful shallots, nice garlic, black pepper, first quality unsalted butter, A1 sauce, brandy, and sea salt. Let's start by seasoning this beautiful chicken breast. Have you ever heard about the term chicken supreme? In traditional French cooking, chicken supreme refers to a specific cut of chicken, especially a boneless, skinless chicken breast. The term supreme can also be applied to other poultry, for example, duck supreme. Time to prepare our root vegetables, which is very simple, but precise in adding flavor to the baby root vegetables. Form a bed of parsley, rosemary, and thyme in a roasted pan, and then season it with sea salt like this. The next step is to lay these lovely vegetables on top of the herbs bed. Season with salt. So as they roast in the oven, the salts extract the water and the moisture from these vegetables and it starts to caramelize them. Cover with tin foil. Always remember, whenever you use tin foil, shiny side up, dough side in. The dough side insulates the heat so much better. Shiny side is always on the top. Seal it nice and tidy. So as these vegetables are roasting, we have got the nice steam going on at the same time. I want to make sure that the essence of vegetables bleeds into each other. I want the juice of the carrots blend into the fingerlings and the beets. With the gas on, basically stick your tray on the top of the heat around 30 seconds to 1 minute. The tin foil will lift up and the diffusion from those herbs will start to blend into those vegetables. Can you hear that beautiful noise? That's so beneficial to those vegetables, trust me. Let's put these vegetables in the oven preheated 425 degrees, around 30 to 40 minutes. With the hot vegetable oil in the pan, I'm going to place the chicken. Watch it carefully and make sure to be very hot. Lay down the chicken breast very gently. Don't put it to the pan unless you hear that noise or your salted chicken becomes a boiled chicken. When you hear that noise, it means that the oil is pretty hot and it's the perfect moment to cook the chicken. Lift it up and down the pan. What is this process gonna do? to this chicken, it's incredible. It will sear perfectly the side of the chicken. With the back of the spoon, I'm flipping this chicken breast carefully. Let's get some garlic cloves and a bunch of thyme. It is a great way to cook. The French love this method. Add the butter with garlic and the thyme on the pan. With the spoon, I'm gonna baste the chicken breast. Never cook chicken stone cold. It goes dry before it's cooked in the center. The majority of the worry is that it's still pink in the middle. But if you cook this right, believe me, it stays nice and moist. With the spoon, baste the chicken breast to make it be crispy and sear the skin. This method adds a significant flavor to the chicken, while sealing natural juices, resulting in a more tender and flavorful chicken breast. It's a great way to cook. Let's place the frying pan into the oven with the root vegetables, which is there in the oven 425 degrees. This chicken is going to be inside the oven for around 8 to 10 minutes. Make sure to use something to hold the pan because it's pretty hot. Can be a kitchen towel. The chicken have that nice color browning around, as you can see. I'm going to take out this chicken breast and let it chill around 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to bring back the garlic and the thyme as well. Make sure to get out the excess of oil from the pan. I like to use it to cook other dish. This oil has a concentration of flavor and is perfect for other dishes. Time to prepare the sauce by cutting these beautiful shallots in slices. I'm using 2 shallots for this dish, or you can use one, it's up to you. And for the glazed sauce, I'm using A1 sauce, but you can use any type of stock that you like best. A1, it's a very thicker sauce. To make it thinner, I'm adding a little bit of hot water, because I wanted the water to become steam for the sauce and it grabs the flavor that the chicken left in the pan. Look at this pan. As you can see, those dark spots is where the chicken flavors concentrate. Now I'm adding the shallots in the fry pan and it also bring back those garlic cloves and the thyme from the sauteed chicken. This approach to the sauce can be applied to several types of meat. Translate what you have learned into this cooking show into other dishes. I'm going to deglaze the pan using a brandy with a thumb on the top of the bottle. Add a little touch. A touch more, a touch more. That's good enough. Deglazing the pan with brandy gives it that structure to the sauce because you got that nice sweetness from the brandy, but you burn the alcohol. Now finish with demi-glace and butter and a little bit of salt. This demi-glace is a reduced A1 sauce. If you haven't got a demi-glace, just reduce the chicken stock. Any form of stock would work. And the alcohol burns so quick. Now look at that, there's those shallots caramelized beautifully. Look at that, my pan is clean. Where has that gone? It's gone into the sauce. You have got the bit of magic in there that it just gives that a wonderful, incredible flavor. After taste, the goal here is to find the sweetness and the tartness to the sauce. Look, that's the concentration of flavor for the sauce. Be careful when you open the trail, the steams over there is pretty hot. Let me tell you something, do you know that there are more chickens on earth than people? Talk about 25 billion chickens. There are also more chickens than any other bird species. If all the chickens on earth were evenly distributed among all the people on earth, each person would have at least 3 chickens. The United States alone consumes produces 8 billion chickens a year. Anyway, let's cut the baby root vegetables and form a bed with them, making a garden of vegetables on the plate to place the chicken. Those vegetables got so much flavor from the herbs. It's so incredible how those vegetables can extract so much of the herbs flavor. It's a great way of cooking for family and friends because you have 3 or 4 portions of vegetables to serve to them per tray. Look at this part of the chicken breast. This is the tender part of the chicken breast. Let's cut this part and then lay down the tender part on the vegetables. And slice the chicken in medium slices. Never cut the chicken very hot. Always let it sit around 5 to 10 minutes, unless you want your chicken to fall apart. And to finish, I'm adding the sauce on the plate. You don't need too much sauce because it's really concentrate. Now we got it, the chicken supreme. It's tender and flavorful. The essence of thyme, rosemary, and parsley infused with roasted root vegetables with the pain sauce result in authentic comfort food. This chicken breast with vegetable, it's super delicious. Cook this dish and then share it with the people you love. I hope you'll never eat a dry chicken breast again. See you next week for the next episode of Cooking Revolution. And always remember to cook with love.